Is your car using more fuel than normal? Smelling strongly like gasoline? Losing power or turning on the check engine light for no obvious reason? Be careful, because a small part hidden in the exhaust system could be fooling the engine computer, making your car consume more fuel, pollute more, and even damage the catalytic converter. Today, we're going to talk about the famous oxygen sensor, also known as the lambda sensor. This is a part that many people replace without testing it first, but it can reveal a lot about the real condition of the engine. The oxygen sensor is a component installed in the exhaust system. Its main job is to measure how much oxygen is left in the exhaust gases after combustion. With that information, the engine computer, or ECU, adjusts the amount of fuel being injected in order to maintain the correct air-fuel mixture. In simple words, this sensor tells the ECU if the engine is running rich or lean. A rich mixture means there is too much fuel and not enough oxygen in the exhaust. A lean mixture means there is too much oxygen and not enough fuel. With this data, the computer corrects fuel injection in real time. In gasoline engines, this sensor is extremely important for maintaining good fuel economy, reducing emissions, and protecting the catalytic converter. That's why when the oxygen sensor fails, the engine may continue running, but many times it starts working incorrectly. Most vehicles can have one or more oxygen sensors. Sensor number 1 is located before the catalytic converter, and it helps correct the fuel mixture. Sensor number 2 is located after the catalytic converter, and its main job is to monitor catalytic converter efficiency. That's why it's very important not to confuse them. The sensor before the catalytic converter works faster and constantly changes voltage. The sensor after the catalytic converter is normally more stable. Now let's talk about the most common symptoms of a bad oxygen sensor. One of the first symptoms is increased fuel consumption. If the sensor sends a false signal, the ECU may think the mixture is lean and start injecting more fuel than necessary. You may also see black smoke from the exhaust, a strong gasoline smell, loss of power, engine hesitation, rough idle, difficulty passing emissions testing, catalytic converter damage, and, of course, the check engine light turning on. Some codes related to this sensor can be P0130, P0131, P0132, P0133, P0134, and other similar codes depending on the bank and sensor position. But pay close attention. Just because you have an oxygen sensor code does not always mean the sensor is bad. There could also be a vacuum leak, low fuel pressure, dirty injectors, exhaust leaks, damaged wires, or a bad ground. Now let's get into the most important part: voltages and multimeter tests. On a conventional oxygen sensor, also known as a narrowband sensor, we normally find 4 wires. 2 wires are for the internal heater. 1 wire is the signal wire, and the other is the signal ground or reference ground. The heater is used to warm up the sensor quickly because the oxygen sensor needs high temperature to work correctly. In the heater circuit, we should normally find battery voltage, usually around 12 to 14 volts, depending on whether the engine is off with the key on or running with the alternator charging. On one of the heater wires, there may be 12-volt power, and on the other wire, there may be a direct ground or a ground controlled by the computer. To test it, set your multimeter to DC voltage. With the key on or the engine running, check for power at the harness connector. One multimeter lead goes to the power wire, and the other lead goes to battery ground. If there is no voltage, the problem could be in the fuse, relay, wiring, or power supply circuit. We can also measure the resistance of the sensor heater, but this test must be done with the sensor disconnected and the engine off. Set your multimeter to ohms and measure between the 2 heater wires of the sensor. A common value may be approximately between 3 and 30 ohms, although this depends on the vehicle model. If the multimeter shows infinite resistance, the heater circuit is open. If it shows almost 0 ohms, the heater may be shorted. Now let's move on to the sensor signal. On a conventional oxygen sensor, when the engine is hot and operating in closed loop, the signal usually switches between approximately 0.1 and 0.9 volts. When the voltage is close to 0.1 volts, it indicates a lean mixture. When the voltage is close to 0.8 or 0.9 volts, it indicates a rich mixture. The important thing is not just seeing one fixed voltage. What really matters is seeing the sensor switch quickly between low and high voltage. To test it with a multimeter, it's recommended to use a back probe. That means measuring from the back of the connector without damaging the wires. The engine must be fully warmed up. Set your multimeter to DC voltage. Connect the positive lead to the signal wire and the negative lead to signal ground or battery ground. At idle, the voltage should constantly go up and down. If the voltage stays fixed at 0.1 volts, there could be a real lean condition, a vacuum leak, low fuel pressure, a clogged injector, exhaust leaks, or a defective sensor. If the voltage stays fixed near 0.9 volts, there could be a rich condition, too much fuel, a leaking injector, high fuel pressure, or a damaged sensor. A quick test is to create a rich condition by slightly accelerating the engine or adding fuel in a controlled way. The voltage should go up. You can also create a lean condition by allowing a small amount of extra air to enter the engine, like creating a controlled vacuum leak. The voltage should go down. If the engine reacts, but the sensor does not respond, the sensor may be slow or damaged. There are also wideband oxygen sensors, known as AFR sensors. These are more modern and don't work the same way as conventional sensors. You can't always diagnose them simply by looking for 0.1 to 0.9 volts. In those cases, it's better to use a scanner and check data such as equivalence ratio, lambda, pump current, or commanded mixture. Testing them incorrectly can lead to a wrong diagnosis. Here is something very important. Never condemn the oxygen sensor just because there's a trouble code. First, check power, ground, heater circuit, signal, exhaust leaks, vacuum leaks, and the general condition of the engine. Many times, the sensor is only reporting a real air-fuel mixture problem. In summary, the oxygen sensor is like the eyes of the computer inside the exhaust system. It tells the ECU if the engine is burning the mixture correctly or incorrectly. If it fails, the vehicle may use more fuel, lose power, pollute more, and damage the catalytic converter. But if you test it correctly with a multimeter and a scanner, you can avoid replacing unnecessary parts. If this video helped you understand how the oxygen sensor works, its symptoms, voltages, and tests, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and let me know in the comments what problem your vehicle has. Here, we keep learning automotive diagnostics in a clear, practical way without replacing parts like crazy. See you in the next video.